Good afternoon. This is Bridget Covert. Today I am chatting with Matthew Greenblatt. Matthew will be playing Tony in the Northwest Indiana Symphony's upcoming concert, West Side Story. West Side Story will be playing October 13 and 14 at Living Hope Church in Maryville and October 15 at Valparaiso High School. Tickets for this concert can be purchased online or by calling our office at 219-836-0525. We are so thankful that Matthew can be calling in today and taking time to talk about his opera career. He is calling today from Oregon and will be joining us in October. Thank you, Matthew.
Hi, I'm really looking forward to singing the role of Tony next week. Again, I actually did it last April with the new Philharmonic, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, my name is Matt. I am a tenor. I sing kind of a combination of traditional operatic repertoire and some more crossover musical theater, like West Side Story or Candide, and other things like that, Phantom of the Opera a little bit. So to give you an idea, I guess, of how I got into this world, my mom's side of the family is from Eastern Europe. So my grandparents on my mom's side my grandpa was born in Vienna in Austria, and my grandmother's from Hungary. And they are and were huge opera fanatics, actually. So my grandfather, as you can imagine, Vienna was kind of a big operatic and classical music center. And my grandfather's uncle was actually an opera singer. He was a tenor. He sang in Vienna and all over Europe, kind of leading up to World War II. And so my family's Jewish, actually, and my great uncle, I guess, who was a tenor, ended up dying in the Holocaust. And as he had started to kind of make a name for himself, and unfortunately, was found during that time, and is no longer, and was no longer able to kind of pursue his career, obviously, and so it was kind of cut short. So my grandparents, like I said, especially my grandpa, was, because of his uncle being an opera singer, he was a huge fan. His parents were huge fans of opera, and they were always, I think, looking for someone else in the family to sing and hopefully kind of continue the legacy. And after I had my bar mitzvah when I was 13 and I had to sing a lot of prayers, my family kind of came to me and said, "Hey, we really enjoyed your singing voice while you were singing the prayers. Would you like to try taking a classical voice lesson?" So that was when I was about to turn 14. And I took a lesson. I immediately fell in love. I actually sang an Italian art song for the first time. It was a Neapolitan art song. And I was like, oh my God, what is this music? I guess I had been introduced to it prior because my grandparents were so into it, but I still didn't know a lot. And so I sang that song and I was kind of hooked from there.
Wow, that's a fantastic history about your family singing and being supportive of you, and just phenomenal that they push you to go in that direction. So tell us about kind of where you went with it next, where you went to school, and kind of some of the your favorite shows, I guess, you've performed in.
Okay, so yeah, after a few years of voice lessons and doing a few summer programs, I started looking into the idea of majoring in voice. I didn't really know much about it. To be honest with you, I didn't even know it was really a thing to to major in kind of voice performance and specifically opera singing. So I looked into it. I indeed, found out that it was a major, and I started applying and auditioning for different undergraduate programs so that I could get my BM in voice performance. And I ended up doing a bunch of auditions like many of the young singers, and I was accepted into the University of Michigan. And between one of the teachers that I met there and the scholarship that they offered me, it was kind of, I knew that was the place that I wanted to go. So I did my undergraduate there, and I had an incredible experience. And I then went on to do my master's in voice as well at Manus, which is part of the New School in New York City. And from there, it's kind of typical in the opera world to apply for these things called young artist programs or resident artist programs. And so when singers, opera singers finish their masters, they apply for these programs that are basically apprenticeships with, so different opera companies across the country have these apprenticeship programs where you will be an artist in residence with a company for a season, and you're a sort of apprentice and you're assigned different roles to do and you understudy those roles. And then you do a lot of concerts and outreach for the company to kind of to promote their season and promote opera in general. And so after my master's, I was accepted into the Palm Beach Opera Apprentice Program, which is actually where I met my wife, Brooklyn Snow, who actually sang Maria in the previous West Side Story production. And so, yeah, Palm Beach Opera, that apprenticeship is kind of what kicked off, I guess, my professional career. So,
Fantastic. Wow, that's cool. And getting to work alongside your wife is
yeah,
wonderful.
yes,
And you had said earlier that you guys are expecting your first child, which is
yep,
exciting, and right after the concert too.
yeah.
So
And actually, sorry to interrupt you, but one other kind of funny, interesting anecdote was that I sang back in at the end of 2018, in the fall of 2018, I sang in a Showboat and Show Tunes concert with Maestro Muspratt alongside my wife, Brooklyn, and we actually got engaged right after that concert. I proposed to her right after that
oh,
Showboat
so sweet.
Show Tunes.
And yeah, so you've sung with the new Philharmonic before, which Maestro Kirk is a part of. So you're
Yep.
kind of familiar with it. So are you excited to come back and do it for the Northwest Indiana Symphony?
I am incredibly excited, and I'm very grateful and honored that they asked me to come back because West Side Story is an incredible show, and I really am honored to get to sing the role of Tony again. It's probably my favorite role that I've ever done.
Oh wow, that's very cool. And we are, so excited to have you come and play the part of Tony. It's going to be fantastic, and the West Side Story and having the Northwest Indiana perform West Side Story is just going to be amazing. I know it's been a long time coming. It's a work of art as an entire piece, and just having the lyrics written by Sondheim and the music written by Bernstein, it's just um, an incredible concert that we're going to have. Again, the concert is October 13 and 14 at Living Hope in Maryville and October 15 in Valparaiso High School. You can purchase your tickets online or by calling our office at 219-836-0525. When you're in Oregon right now, when do you fly into Chicago?
On the 10th.
Okay, so you'll be there to practice and
And
all
then,
that stuff.
yeah, we start rehearsals the 11th and start right away with the orchestra running through the show. And we're going to do that on the 11th and 12th, and then
Wonderful.
do the shows.
You get a little week's vacation in Northwest Indiana.
Exactly. Can't
That'll
wait.
be
I'm
great.
excited. Yep.
So thank you so much for joining me, Matthew, and we look forward to hearing you on those concerts in October.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me and taking the time to talk to me. And I really can't wait to sing Tony again. It's an amazing role and truly is my favorite role I've ever done. So I can't wait to bring it to the people of Northwest Indiana.